We are joined by House Minority Whip, Democratic Congresswoman Katherine Clark of Massachusetts. Congresswoman, thanks for being with us. You recently shared a New York Times article titled "GOP Tax Bill May Hurt the Lowest Earners and Help the Richest." Why are you worried about this bill?
Oh, thank you, Anna, for having me. And I can tell you that I am worried about this bill because this is an incredibly huge wealth transfer from working families to the very wealthiest Americans, the billionaire class. And this is a big, bad bill that benefits billionaires. That's what it is. And we are seeing them work so hard to fund these tax cuts while running up our deficit at the expense of health care for almost 14 million Americans, taking away food programs either outright or reducing benefits for another 11 million Americans. And for what? Just to pay for these tax cuts. It is an outrage, and we are hearing from every corner of this country, from the American people, that this is a very bad deal for them, and it is one that Democrats are going to oppose with everything we have.
House Republicans are far from a united front on this bill. After last night's vote, the conservative House Freedom Caucus posted that it does not yet meet the moment, pointing to increased deficits. I just wonder, are these divides within the Republican Party an opportunity for Democrats to get some concessions?
Well, you know, we are way past the concession phase here because this is a completely partisan bill. They have rejected opportunities. They wouldn't even tell us last night about what the proposed changes and side deals they were making. And now for the next step in this process, they have set the hearing for Rules Committee at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. If you have a bill that you are proud of, a bill that is helping meet the high costs of living for American people, a bill that could expand health care, that takes care of our veterans and our seniors and our children, you do not hold the hearing at 1 a.m. So we're going to be there at 1 a.m. We'll be there whenever they want to come talk about this. We will continue to offer ideas on how we could actually have fair taxes in this country where everyone pays their fair share and be able to continue to expand health care for people and make sure that we are feeding those who are hungry in this great country, the wealthiest country on earth. And to make these kinds of decisions, to make the winner's circle so small at the expense of working families and kids and seniors and veterans, that is something that they may be divided about how to go about these cuts. We are unified in our opposition.
But what about the debt? On Friday, Moody's credit ratings firm downgraded the U.S. credit rating a notch, joining other major agencies, no longer giving the U.S. their best rating. Moody's pointed to the government's rising debt levels. And according to the U.S. Treasury Department, the total national debt increased by about $7 trillion over the past 4 years. Does that concern you?
It sure does. And you know what we are seeing with this bill is another huge debt increase. They are proposing to put $5 trillion on the credit card in addition to all of these cuts they are making to the American people. In pursuit of what? Again, in pursuit of tax cuts for the not only top 1%, but the 0.1% who will benefit the most. So let's get back to having policy where we have an economy that works for everyone, where everyone has an opportunity to meet with success, to build wealth. That is how we get rid of the deficit and are able to cut it.
Democratic Whip, Congresswoman Katherine Clark, thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate your time.